Paul Pogba is on his way then. That is if you believe reports going about at the minute. A lot of reports suggesting that Manchester United are about to lodge a £100 million world record bid for the Juventus midfielder. Also reports saying that United have already actually agreed contract details for him. But if you are like some Man United fans are quite sceptical about the whole thing, like I am actually, and still think that he could go to Real Madrid, could go to the Spanish capital, then I have the man who is perfect to talk about that sort of thing. Vitaly from Real Galacticos is here. How's it going, mate? You okay?
Yeah, we're okay. It's a pleasure to be with you guys.
Cheers, mate. So, Paul Pogba at the minute, some reports suggesting Man United, but there were reports earlier in the transfer window saying that his preference would be to go to Real Madrid. What is the general feeling in the Spanish capital at the minute? Do you feel like he is going to Real Madrid, or have you maybe conceded that he's on his way to Manchester?
I think we were kind of surprised when the whole Man United thing came up, because apparently in the beginning of the summer, it was kind of clear that he was going to come here. He had said he wanted to be here. And I think the whole Zidane thing might be a big factor for the French young player, you know, being managed by Zinedine Zidane.
Of course.
It'll be something that he's looking forward to. But now, probably being managed by Mourinho is something to look forward to as well. So the feeling here is that the Pogba would be a mix of two things. Number one, the Galactico signings that we're so maybe sadly famous for, maybe for some people happily famous for. Is the fact that, the Florentino president, he says, like, okay, who's the hottest star in the market? Let's bring him, and then let the manager deal with him, and not necessarily meaning that we need that player in the team. But in this case, it's a mix of the both, and the second one being the fact that Zidane actually wants him, but he hasn't been very openly, let's say, he hasn't, publicly asked for Pogba or saying that he wants him in the team or that he needs him in the team. So the feeling is, yeah, it'd be great to have him, but we're not going crazy, because I think people here agree more that we might need some other profile of player. I'm not saying, I mean, Pogba is great, he's a great player, has a great progression, he's 23 years old, but I don't know, he might not be the player that we need right now.
What you've just said there is pretty much the opposite of what we're feeling at the minute, where it seems like with you guys, Pogba probably wants to go to Real Madrid, but Real Madrid aren't willing to throw everything at him, if you like. Whereas Manchester United, Pogba probably isn't fancying, playing in the Europa League football next season, probably would rather go to sunny Spain. But the United, the club itself, are absolutely desperate to get him. So, for all we know, it could still end up with him going to Man United. I mean, the general feeling around Britain at the minute is that there were loads of reports early in the transfer window about maybe that we were interested, and all of us dismissed it straight away. Everyone in Manchester was thinking, no, not a chance. There is no way that Manchester United are signing Paul Pogba. And then some reports came out about Matuidi, and then we were all sort of thinking, yeah, that's probably a little bit more likely. But then very, very, very recently, there were reports that we have agreed the contract details with him, £13 million a year, supposedly. And apparently a £100 million bid is going to be lodged at the end of the Euros. Now, that is about 120 million euros in Spanish money. So, Vitaly, would you say he's worth that?
That's a tough one, man, because I do think the whole rumors of, contract agreement beforehand, it's food. I mean, I'm sure when the press is talking here about the price and signing Pogba, probably his agent, Mino Raiola, is this guy's he's an old timer with moving Zlatan around the world. He probably has contract agreements with 2 or 3 other clubs already, and it's just seeing who wants to pay more. So and the fact is, for Real Madrid, the figures that are being thrown out are crazy as well. Like I've been hearing something about 140, maybe even 160 million euro, which how it works. This figures get thrown out, and now you can't bring the price down anymore. So whoever buys him, being Man United, us, or whoever, is not going to pay less than that now. So that's kind of crazy. Is he worth it? I don't know, man. It's tough because, as a Real Madrid fan or supporter for such a long time, I've kind of understood that, what we pay for players is not really what they are worth as players.
Yeah.
It's just what they are worth as a brand right now. because Paul Pogba, as Ronaldo or Messi or any other players, like they're brands in themselves. So it's more a number of, like a business, like a financial transaction between brands. But it doesn't really mean that the guy's going to step on the pitch and play 160 million euro.
I'm not going to lie, what you've been saying has actually made me feel a little bit better about the whole situation, to be honest, because I was thinking that Real Madrid wanted him, were desperate to go and get him, the fans all wanted him, and now hearing you speak has made me realise that maybe Real Madrid aren't as desperate as they could be and could potentially pull the plug.
But we have the thing. We have the thing of the FIFA sanction, and when the, let's say, the cúpula, the management of the club is certain that it's going to happen or not, then we are going to have to design a squad for the next 2 years. And that might kind of increase the urge to sign Pogba.
It's a good point.
But the thing is, I also think that Zidane has found this kind of ecosystem within the team that is very good, man. Like, we have a good team already, so I'm not sure if I would want to bring someone to kind of disrupt that instead of bringing other players that would act more as not secondary roles, but like a player like Kanté that could make our squad more extensive for different situations. But you bring Pogba and he doesn't start in 4 or 5 games, then you have a soap opera in your hands. It's like, why is Pogba 160 million not starting? And we already have a James Rodriguez. I mean, that soap opera was long. And it's not over yet. And then I don't know if I would put Modric or Kroos on the bench right now.
I'm just hearing the problems that Real Madrid fans have. I feel really sorry for you. Oh, do we play Modric? Do we play Kroos? Do we play Rodriguez? Oh, here's Pogba. Do we play him as well? Oh, you poor sods. Listen, we finished.
You have good players too, man.
Hey, don't patronise me. We finished 7th, we finished 4th, and then we finished 5th. We bloody need Pogba. And listening to you speak then, if he goes Real Madrid, I'll be fuming.
No, but that's because your good players haven't been playing well. But I mean, come on, it's not like no. But I see, of course, I see your point, man. But I don't know. To be in the same line, we're not going crazy for Pogba here. That's a fact. We're not. People are not, like, please sign Pogba. We need to sign Pogba. I think people are being very cautious of what, if it doesn't turn out well, if he comes and it turns out like a problem, it could be a big problem.
Okay then, mate, so as we know, Paul Pogba does obviously watch Full-Time Devils. He's a huge fan. He's been a huge fan for years. So, Paul Pogba's watching now. You've got 30 seconds to convince him to go to Real Madrid. Go on, 30 seconds starting now.
All right, Paul Pogba, number 1, weather. You could come to Real Madrid or whatever. It's going to be sunny here. It's going to be nice. You're not going to be playing under the rain. Number 2, Zinedine Zidane. I'm sure, Pogba, you're a young player. You grew up, idolizing Zinedine Zidane, who made France champion of the world, champion of Europe. And I'm sure it would be there would be nothing more exciting than to play under Zidane's orders. Number 2, or number 3, Real Madrid, man. If you have to compare, what you would be opting for in the next few seasons, probably it'd be more in Real Madrid. 2 Champions League in the last 3 years.
2 Champions League last 3 years. Listen, there's something better than that for Paul Pogba if he comes to Manchester United. And I'll tell him now if he's watching. Paul Pogba, let's start the 30 seconds now. Paul Pogba, you love Manchester when you were here, and now if you come back, you have the chance to become an absolute legend. Manchester United have finished in awful league positions, and if you come back, you will be the one to revitalise this team, to bring us back to the top. We'll be singing your names for years, for generations. That is the opportunity you have when you come back to Manchester United. Not only that, we're going to offer you an absolute crap ton of money, and he says the weather there about Madrid. Listen, what Madrid can do, Manchester can do better. Maybe we haven't got the weather, but have you ever been for a night out in 42s? That's why you want to come back to Manchester. Paul Pogba, come back home to Old Trafford. Right, hopefully he's watching that. Hopefully he's made a bit of a decision. Vitaly, let's get an honest opinion from you. Do you actually think that he will go to Manchester United? Or do you think he'll go to Madrid? Or, I tell you what, something that I can see happening, and I know you won't be too happy about this, but I can see someone left field coming out of nowhere, like Barcelona or someone, and just snitching him. Could you see that happening?
The latter, not really, because we've already kind of engaged in this like crazy price operation. I don't think any other club is gonna jump on the fight. Do I think he's gonna? I'm not sure, man. I think that if Mourinho wants him, it's gonna be a tough fight, because Mo definitely wants to build a winning squad with Man United after some kind of bad years, and yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to say. Like if we really wanted him, if we were like desperate to get him, we would, I think, but I don't think we are.
That's exactly what it is, and what I do think is going to happen is, you mentioned Perez before, and I think that he does want this sort of absolute superstar in the team, and I think that what's going to happen is United will agree wages with him, we'll even agree a fee with Juventus, it'll be ready to get tied up, and then Real Madrid will just go, nope, we're having him. That's kind of what I think is going to happen, and obviously I do hope I'm wrong. Vitaly, thank you very much for joining us on Full Time Devils. Go and check out Real Galacticos. Guys, cheers for joining us, mate.
Guys, it's been a big pleasure, and good luck with Pogba, whatever happens.
I'd say the same to you, but I wouldn't mean it. Thanks for joining us, guys. Get in your comments below. Tell me about Pogba. Where do you think he's going to go? Do you think he's going to Real Madrid? United, give this a like, give this a share. I've been Gaz on Full Time Devils. See you next time. Laters.
Henrik Mkhitaryan is a red. Yes, it's official. It's probably been one of the worst kept secrets this summer in football.